stars pulling us apart through no fault of your own. You've been winded and thrown blind into the wolves and been forced to own hard.
Welcome back, it's Chris from the Hagon factory. So this week's video, we're back onto the 7R AJ. We're going to have a close look at the bottom end. I know last week we split it, so this week we're going to inspect it. So we've got some good stuff coming up. I've broken the video down into a few different sections. So if you're finding it a bit boring or a bit repetitive, forward on to the next bit, but I hope you enjoy it.
Dark full of fading stars pulling us apart through no fault of your own.
Okay, so as you all know, the cases are made out of magnesium. We've had the best way to inspect these is to remove all the gold paint and give the inside just a light hydroblast, so then we can check for any cracks around all the top hats and stuff that are pressed in there. We're very lucky, and that's because the old man was riding the bike at the time that he grabbed the clutch and didn't cause any damage to the cases. They've come up absolutely fantastic. If it was me, I probably would have been doing another 1,000 RPM and back a gear. So we mightn't be looking at these today, or we would be in several bits. They've come up in like this because of Bendigo hydroblasting. Craig down there does a fantastic job. So this is the timing side.
I poured my heart into you. I poured my heart into you. Am I worthy of forgiveness? Have I earned your faith? You know, the further out you drift, the more you turn our love away. Where's my life?
He's done the same on the drive side. Now to do this, the pair, and to get all the paint off, and it had a few coats of paint over the years, cost about $100 Australian to do that. So I think that was well worth it. And as you can see in this case here, you can see what the methanol and the castrol are that's done over the years, but it's still quite in service. It is pitted a bit, but yeah, we're happy with it. So we'll go back together, but Craig's done a fabulous job, and I had 2 barrels there. He's done the barrels and he's done the head as well, but we'll show that later on. There was a cracked fin on one of the barrels, so we get that repaired as well. So I think with everything at this stage, with the cases getting blasted and the head and barrel and all that sort of stuff for inspection, having the crank tool machine and the bearings, we're probably up around the $500 mark at this stage, which I think is pretty good, because it could have been a lot more if we'd damaged the cases. So it's come up very well.
Taking wild guesses. Am I worthy of forgiveness? Have I earned your faith? I'm at the mercy of your wishes. They've overturned all my grace. Where's my light at the end of the tunnel? Where's my light at the end of the tunnel? Where's my light at the end of the tunnel? The one you promised, the one you promised to me.
This is the crank out of the 7R AJ, and the flywheels, these magnificent flywheels, and the new big end pin were made
Where's
by...
the big end pin? Here it is, unwrap that for us.
The new big end pin were made by a guy called Garth Francis, who was well known around the classic bike scene. He passed away just recently, actually, but he did a lot of engineering work apparently. And the other crank pin did break here, right where the ore gallery is, which has got to be the weakest point. I've had Velocette ones break there, like that. But the flywheel jig, what a beautiful piece of work that is. That's for setting up the flywheel. It's got the hole on the top for the conrod to stick out of when you're lining up the crank. that should line the crank up almost dead right. We hope it does, and
Yes.
well, I think it will. A beautiful piece of work. Looks like it was made by somebody who was doing a lot of crankshafts.
Where's my light at the end of the tunnel? Where's my light at the end of the tunnel? The one you promised, the one you promised to me.
And a lot of 708
Yeah,
crankshafts.
we had to have that machined.
We did have it machined out a little bit because these special flywheels were slightly bigger in diameter, only a little bit, but they were slightly bigger in diameter. But we've got a lot of special tools with the bike, and we've got it off Tomo. We've got nearly all the tools for the assembly. I think we have all the tools actually.
Yeah, I think we're going all right.
I think we've got all the tools.
All the tools to do the bottom end
Yep.
at this stage. So,
Yep. So we will get on with that, and we will assemble that at the first available opportunity.
yeah, we shouldn't be too far away.
We'll push the crank together and so on. We've got a press, and we've got plenty of equipment to do it. So
We're just going to knock out push the old pins out. They're still in there.
yeah,
We haven't done anything about that yet.
so we'll push them out.
Got the tool
Carefully.
there for the nuts.
Yep.
And,
That's the special one to do up the crank pin nuts.
I stood beside you, saw something inside your mouth. I took a cab with you, I drew a bath for you, I poured my heart in.
We have lots of special little tools like that for the job. So
Absolutely fantastic.
it is good. It makes life so much easier when you've got the special tools.
It does.
Struggle all the time without them.
And the rod's still good.
Yeah, the conrod's a beautiful piece of work as well. Just magnificent. It's typical of a high quality conrod.
Yeah.
All braced and recessed like that. It's been lightened at the top, but it's left little gussets on the top there, or little strengthening pieces. A couple of oil holes in there for the pin. Highly polished, beautiful piece of work.
Yeah. So we'll knock out the old pins. We'll push them out. We'll give everything a good polish, good clean.
Yep.
We've got some main bearings, and we've got the crank pin there. We got the main bearings just at our local bearing service, Bendigo Bearings.
Yep.
They got those virtually overnight for us, and they weren't a lot of money. I think for the mains, I think trade it was about $230, I think,
Yep.
and I think one of those was like an idler bearing for the oil pump as well,
Yep.
just to support that, and a couple of seals.
Yep.
So
So we did
got a
pretty
seal
well.
for the drive side.
Yep.
So
We've done pretty well there.
I thought that was pretty cheap. So
Yep.
it's a good start.
It is, and I'm quite looking forward to putting it back together. Actually.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to work on, isn't it? It's very,
It is.
It's nice.
When you've got the special tools and everything is so beautifully made, you know, they're a cut above just an ordinary road-going engine. They've got
It is.
a highly refined motor.
Okay, so what I have here are all the main bearings. We've got two bearings on the timing side, this bearing on the drive side. So I've got those new ones, and there's a seal, and this is on the drive side. It's only a 4mm seal that's been pressed into this outer ring that goes behind the bearing. So what we've done is I've gone to Bendigo Bearings and I've ordered everything we need. So we've got a full set of mains there, and we've got a seal there. I actually got a couple, and we've got another bearing for the oil pump idler. So far for the bottom end, this is just for these bearings, we're up to about $240.
End of the tunnel, the one you promised, the one you promised to me.
Righto, as you can see, we're making some progress. So in the next video, hopefully, we'll be pressing everything together, getting it in the cases, checking the shims, the end float, and all that sort of stuff. I better get all the manuals out for that, just to make sure we're on the right track. But if you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everybody. Let's bring Hagon's back.